Hi everyone, my name is Suzanne and I'm a Chinese metaphysics master in Hong Kong. Welcome to the official start of the Year of the Water Rabbit, and we're going to start with the monthly flying stars for the first month of the Year of the Water Rabbit. And that first month is February, goes from February 4th all the way to March 5th. It's also called a Jia Yin month, which translates into Wood Tiger month. And so we want to make sure that we start the year with the best energies and making sure that all those good New Year's resolutions can actually come to fruition, or we actually get a good head start with those projects that we've planned. So in order to do that, we look at the flying stars and see which energies we can use this month and which energies are not so great. We need to avoid a little bit. Now, for those of you who have never done anything to do with feng shui or flying stars, and this may look a little bit confusing, so don't worry. All you need to do is stand more or less in the center of your home or your office. Whip out a compass. Yeah, you can use the compass that you have on your mobile phone, and then just check roughly where do you have north, south, east, west, southwest, southeast, and so on. And you can make like a rough grid like the one that you see here on the screen, and that will then give you all the sectors that I'm talking about, and you will know what you need to do where. So let's get started. We do have three obvious positive sectors in the Wood Tiger month, and then there's one that's a little bit on the edge. I will still use it, but it's entirely up to you whether you want to make use of it as well. So the first really good one is the West sector, where we have the monthly number one. This one is a great star that gives you motivation, it gives you energy, and it also helps you connect with the right people. So if you will need to make sales calls, or if you need to connect with clients, send out emails, make phone calls, whatever, you can do that from the West. It's an excellent sector to do that, and it really doesn't have any drawbacks this month. Yeah, together with the annual star 6, this is a fabulous sector. It also helps you focus, it helps you concentrate. And if you need to study for an exam, you can also use that sector. It's also great if you need to collaborate with people. So anything that has to do with connecting to other people, this is the sector to do it in. Now, the next one that we're looking at is the East sector, where we have the monthly number 6. And here we have energies that help you advance in your career. So if you're planning a career change, or if you're planning to ask for a pay rise, or maybe you want to send out some CVs, climb the career ladder, anything career related, do that from the East sector. It will really, really infuse all your activities with the necessary energies for those activities. So, for example, if you have a let's say job interview over Zoom, do that in the East sector of your home. Doesn't even matter if that's your toilet. It really doesn't matter as long as it doesn't show up on Zoom. Yeah, all of these things like upgrading your CV, sending out your CV to headhunters or companies, all related activities should be done from the East. Now, together with the natal energies, we have the natal number 2 here. This is actually also a really, really good sector in terms of spirituality. So if you want to just increase your spiritual vibration, or do any sort of spiritual ritual, maybe do some yoga or meditation, this is a great sector to do it in, anything to do with self-improvement. All right. Then the North sector, where we have the monthly number 4. This 4 is it has two purposes. It can help you with academics. So if you need to study for an exam and you can't use the West sector for whatever reason, then use the North sector. It will help you focus. It will make you more creative. It will also help you absorb new knowledge easier. And especially if you have to prepare for an exam. So the last minute sort of cramming of information, do that in the North. Now, you can also use this sector as a peach blossom sector, because the number 4 monthly star is also considered a likability star, a romance star. So anything to do with that, if you do this in the North sector, swipe right. Yeah, if you're on the on those dating apps, do that in the north sector, or maybe just send a message to your crush or call him from the north sector, right? All of these activities will make you more attractive, more likable. If you are a married couple and your bedroom is in the north, that is excellent. Yeah, then you will have a really, really good month this month. Now, the one sector that is, I would say it's a good sector, but some people are afraid because there's also the annual number 5. So the Northwest sector has the monthly 9. The monthly 9, or the 9 star in general, brings a lot of hope, enthusiasm, passion for whatever it is you're doing. It brings opportunities to celebrate. So if you just want to overall feel better about yourself and what you're doing, especially if you've been in a little bit of a funk maybe, then positioning yourself in the Northwest sector can help with that. However, we do have the annual number 5 here. And this is what a lot of people are afraid of, because the number 5 star is generally not considered an auspicious star. So what we need to do is, during the month where we are actually trying to use the Northwest sector, don't do any noisy activities in the Northwest. So like hammering, drilling, putting a nail into the wall, shifting furniture around. You want to avoid that for that entire Wood Tiger month. Well, you want to avoid that throughout the entire year, but especially in the Wood Tiger month, where you may want to use this sector, but want to make sure that you avoid the negative energies of the number 5. Yeah. But generally speaking, I would say if you locate yourself in the Northwest, it will naturally infuse you with much more uplifting energies this month. Yeah, so it's definitely a good area to be in. Now, for the not so pleasant or more unfavorable sectors, the first one is the Southeast, where we have the number 7. So this is the discord and robbery star. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to get robbed simply because you sit in this particular sector, but you may be losing items if you spend a lot of time here. You may also get a little bit more irritated than usual. So if your desk is located in the Southeast, be prepared that you're going to be a bit more argumentative than usual. There may be a little bit more tension with the people around you, whether that be family members or colleagues at work. So you may want to watch your tongue a little bit so that you don't get into unnecessary arguments. And I would say if you there's also a fire hazard risk here, so make sure that you don't light candles in the Southeast during this month, because the energies of fire hazards are already present now. You don't want to amplify them. If you don't light any candles, or if you don't have a gas stove there, the risk is almost zero. Yeah, so don't worry too much, but you don't want to aggravate it more than usual. And with respect to theft and robbery, again, it doesn't mean that you're going to get mugged in the streets or anything like this. I would say if your main door is in the Southeast, just make sure before you go out, make sure that it's really locked, that you put the safety hatch on, and that you're really that your personal belongings are on you and that you keep an eye on them. Yeah. But other than that, I don't necessarily see the number 7 as such an unfavorable star. All of it can be mitigated with common sense. Now, then we've got the number 3 here in the south. And the number 3 is the argument star. So as the name implies, makes you more argumentative, worse so than the number 7. But it also gives you the courage to speak up. So if you're a shy person and you know that, let's say you need to give a presentation in February, or you need to talk to your superior, and you're already dreading it because you really kind of try to be more in the background, you never really speak up in front of people, then use this to your advantage. Actually spend time in the South sector, because it will give you courage. And with courage, we usually speak out more. And that's where arguments come into play, right? But if you hold your tongue, if you know what to say, then you don't need to worry too much about this one. The only thing I would say is don't necessarily sign any contracts or any agreements while you're in the South sector, whether that's at home or in your office. Because it may lead to you signing something without reading it too carefully, and then you've got legal problems down the line. Yeah, so careful with that. Then we've got the Northeast with the number 2 illness star. Now, If you have your desk located in the northeast, or if your bedroom is there, most people then get quite afraid of illnesses and getting sick more frequently. But again, if you are not chronically sick, if you are not trying to recover from a surgery or a serious illness, then this is not a star that needs to worry you. In fact, if you are a business owner, the number 2 is actually really good for long-term wealth accumulation, particularly for property and real estate investments. Now, if you are chronically sick or ill, if you have a chronic disease like diabetes or high blood pressure or anything like that, or if you are pregnant, or if you have a small infant, then I would say try to avoid the northeast sector if you can, yeah? If you cannot avoid it, if this is your bedroom, then at the very minimum, make sure that you don't aggravate the energies by putting water there, or hammer, drill, putting nails into the walls or shifting furniture around, because that then really, really aggravates these energies. If you keep it nice and quiet, you should be fine. And then lastly, we are looking at the number 5, the one that everybody's always so worried about. This month we have it in the southwest sector. So the number 5 usually brings all sorts of obstacles, challenges, financial losses sometimes if you're not being careful. So I would say try to avoid the southwest sector for any important decisions. And again, don't sign contracts in the southwest during this month. Just move to another sector, move to the west if you have to, yeah, or move to the east or the north or whatever. That's safe. The southwest maybe not so much. And again, if you are pregnant, I would say try to avoid the southwest sector. If you are pregnant, especially in the first trimester, then this sector may indeed be a little bit of a risk factor, and you definitely want to stay away from it. And definitely don't do any sort of renovation work, hammering, drilling, too much noise, moving around furniture, yeah? So try to stay away from there. All right, so this is the flying stars chart, or these are the flying stars energies for the year of the water rabbit in the wood tiger month. So that's February. I hope you make the best of what is there. Don't be too afraid of the negative ones. They're all usable as well. And as long as you don't aggravate the energies, they're not going to harm you. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, any comments, please leave them in the comment sections below, or get in touch with me. My email is in the notes to this video. And please like this video, share it with anybody who may be interested, and subscribe to my channel. You would really help me out. See you soon.